OnePlus 10 Pro. Best camera phone $899. Biggest deal this year, and OnePlus certainly came through. While it took some time for this OnePlus 10 Pro review to arrive, we're glad the phone's finally here. After spending a month and a half as a China-only exclusive, you can now buy the company's latest flagship phone in the US and the UK. And the good news is you'll want to. This is OnePlus' most complete phone yet, and has become one of our best Android phone picks. From the improved cameras to the gorgeous display and beautiful design, the OnePlus 10 Pro certainly gives the Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra a run for its money. I'm hard-pressed to say which phone is better, since OnePlus hasn't been able to match Samsung's new update policy, nor does the OnePlus 10 Pro have the S22 Ultra's productivity potential. We've got more advice on this tricky decision in our Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra versus OnePlus 10 Pro face-off. And also see how the OnePlus 10 Pro's camera compares to the best camera phones, opens a new tab. OnePlus 10 Pro review, price and release date. You can pre-order the OnePlus 10 Pro right now directly from OnePlus. Open sales will begin on April 14th, at which point we might see the phone reach other retailers like Amazon. OnePlus told me that the OnePlus 10 Pro will be available through T-Mobile, where you can score one for free with trade-in. OnePlus offers one configuration of the OnePlus 10 Pro. For $899, you get 8 GB of RAM and 128 GB of storage. The company says a 12 GB per 256 GB model will be coming at a later date for an unspecified price, but there's no further information at this time. That 12 GB model is available outside the US currently, but according to our testing the performance difference isn't that big. OnePlus 10 Pro review, design. OnePlus has steadily improved its design chops in recent years, but the OnePlus 10 Pro is a step above even the OnePlus 9 Pro. I received the Volcanic black model, which features a soft touch material on the back. One of my favorite parts about this is that the phone is now resistant to fingerprints, something its predecessor could not claim. OnePlus 10 Pro review, display. I really liked the display on the OnePlus 9 Pro, but the OnePlus 10 Pro takes it a step above. At 6.7 inches with a QHD resolution, it's a big and immersive Amoled panel. The OnePlus 10 Pro also uses second-generation LTPO technology, allowing the display to intelligently scale its refresh rate between 1 Hz and 120 Hz depending on the on-screen content. You can also choose between FHD Plus and QHD Plus for your resolution, the former of which saves on battery life. OnePlus 10 Pro review, cameras. Cameras are the biggest deal this year, and OnePlus certainly came through. In short, the OnePlus 10 Pro is the best camera phone the company has ever produced. With a 48MP main camera, the phone takes photos that are almost on par with the likes of the Galaxy S22 Ultra, Pixel 6 Pro, and iPhone 13 Pro Max. The 50MP ultrawide camera can provide a 150-degree field of view, or 100 degrees with very minimal edge distortion. OnePlus 10 Pro review, video. When it comes to video, the OnePlus 10 Pro is no slouch on paper. It can record 8K footage at 30 frames per second, 4K at 120 frames per second, and 1080p at 240 frames per second. Coupled with nightscape for low-light scenarios, I expected great things from this phone. OnePlus also took a page out of Samsung's book with a dual-camera recording mode, which lets you use the front and rear cameras simultaneously for your video. You can also save files in the log format for later editing. OnePlus 10 Pro review, performance. Powered by the Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 system on chip, the OnePlus 10 Pro is among the most powerful Android phones you can possibly buy. Paired with 8 GB of RAM, it's hard to find something that slows it down. For $899, this device is one of the better price-to-performance Android handsets. OnePlus 10 Pro review, battery life and charging. The OnePlus 10 Pro wowed me with its battery life, both in our testing and in my usage. The phone held up incredibly well to long gaming sessions, plus some YouTube and Plex viewing along the way. More casual use like web browsing and social media will see the OnePlus 10 Pro go for a very long time. OnePlus 10 Pro review, software and special features. When OnePlus announced that it was merging with sister company Oppo, one of the things the companies promised is that Oppo and OnePlus devices would share a unified codebase. This would allow them to put out software updates faster, since OnePlus is a bit on the slower side. This, of course, led to concern that OnePlus OxygenOS software would start looking and acting too much like Oppo's ColorOS. I even wrote about this a few months ago when I tried ColorOS 12 and OxygenOS 12 side by side. I was not impressed.